right here. So we're going to practice. It's a little bit back bendy, a little bit of work. We're going to dive right in. So come to your mat, bring along any props you like to have, and let's get started. We're going to start by coming into a comfortable seat. We're going to sit just kind of cross-legged. If cross-legged isn't comfortable for you, maybe sitting up on a blanket or up on a bolster or blocks. Good, and you can even maybe put one foot in front of the other. Just do whatever you need to do to be comfortable. Good. From here, we're going to start by just letting our fingertips find the floor. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Welcome to take a couple more cleansing breaths. Inhale, maybe even the shoulders lift up. Exhale, let go. One more. Just let yourself settle. We're going to walk our right hand off to the side a little. Bring that left arm straight up into the sky, making sure the hips stay grounded here and the shoulders stay stacked. Fight that temptation to kind of roll forward in the body. Good. Inhale, lengthen through the ribs, reach through the arm. Exhale, ground through the hips. Relax your right shoulder. Another great big breath here. We'll inhale, lift back up, letting that left hand come to the floor, resettling the hips. Right arm reaches up to the sky as we start to walk that left hand away. Again, ground the hips, connect them to the mat. Stack the shoulders, open the chest. We're going to inhale and reach through the fingertips, lengthen through that side body. Exhale, ground the hips, relax your left shoulder. Couple more great big breaths from here. Inhale, bring it up to center. Good. We're going to walk our hands out in front of us here. So just kind of bringing them onto the floor and then easing them forward until you feel a comfortable amount of stretch in your low back. Again, the hips are staying grounded. So push through the hands, root the hips back. Make sure your shoulders are out of your ears. With your next inhale, bringing yourself back up from that forward fold shape. Let's change the cross in our feet. So whatever foot is in front or on top is going to switch. We tend to always do the same one. This will be the weird foot. Just let it be weird. Hips are grounded. Hands coming to the floor. We're going to combine all of those stretches we just did. So inhale, reach that right hand up. Exhale, fold over to the side. And then just breathe easily as you walk your hands out in front of you, walking through that little forward fold stretch, walking around so that your right hand finds the floor, left arm and shoulder sweep up and open. You could rest on the forearm if that's comfortable for you, or stay up in the hand if that's better. Okay. Bending at the elbow, walking the hands forward, walking back through center. Coming all the way around so that left hand or forearm is down, shoulders roll open, and we're just going to move between these two places at our own pace, in your own way. You can sweep gently from side to side, or you can walk the hands slowly. Just trying to open up the ribs and the low back a little bit here, preparing them for this practice. When you feel like you've warmed up the ribs, the breath is nice and steady, go ahead and just let yourself come up. Take a moment to ground the hands, maybe even re-ground the shoulders. And as you're ready, we're going to let the legs extend out in front of us, kind of shaking the legs out a little bit, loosening them up. Okay. From here, we're going to go ahead and kick the feet back behind us. Come on into an all-fours shape. Finding your hands, setting them up. From our all-fours shape, we're going to tuck the toes, come into a downward facing dog. And take your time here. Find the hands and shoulders, and then find the spine. Maybe even bending the knees, really lengthening the tailbone before you stretch the legs. Letting go of any tension in the head and neck. From here, we're going to inhale forward, find a plank shape. Welcome to drop your knees. As you exhale, we're going to lift up through the belly button and find our down dog. Inhaling forward, find a plank shape. Exhaling up and back, down dog. Just bringing a little warmth into our core. We always want to have a good warm core when we're going to be practicing back bends, because we need that strength and stability to do it safely. Let's go one more breath, pulling forward. And back to down dog. Good. From our downward facing dog shape, we're going to walk our feet towards our hands. Coming to the top of the mat, just inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, release. Bend the knees deeply. Inhale, reach all the way up to standing nice and tall. Bend back if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good yet, don't do it. So you exhale, big forward fold. We're going to build a little bit of heat. You could take some sun salutes instead. We're going to kind of do our own thing to warm up. A third inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release. Hands come to the mat. Step your way back, plank position. Take a great big inhale. As we exhale, knees, chest and chin. Ashtanga pranam. Good. And turning the toes, scoot your heart forward. Shoulders find the spine. Little cobra. Good. No more than you can support yourself with your own back muscles. Releasing to the floor as you exhale. Pressing through all fours, toes tuck. Find your downward facing dog. Deep breath. Inhaling forward plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, scoot the heart forward. Come to your cobra, really rooting through the tops of the feet and the thighs. Release, down dog. 3 nice breaths. One more time, inhaling forward plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, scoot your heart forward, coming to cobra. Exhale, taking it back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. And then we walk our hands back to our feet. So we're scrunching up our forward fold in this direction. And as we come into that forward fold shape, take a big inhale, lengthen up. Big exhale, release. So bending the knees, inhale, reach up, lift up, all the way to standing. Bend back if it feels good. Exhale, fold forward. And from here, we're going to walk our hands back out to that plank shape. I know. Good. Start to bend your elbows. Come all the way down onto the belly. Toes let go. Good. Inhale, shoulders to spine. Lift the heart up, cobra. Use the strength of your own back muscles. Maybe take the hands off the floor. Exhale, release. We're going to come up into a little bigger cobra this time. Elbows close. Press through your whole hand. And release. Don't force anything to happen here. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. One more time. Inhale, lifting up to your biggest expression of cobra. And as you exhale, release. Good. Turning the toes, pressing yourself through all fours. Take your downward facing dog with strong hands and shoulders. We're going to warm the core a little bit more here, rooting the left heel down. Let's inhale, right toes reach reach up behind us. Exhale, bringing the shoulders over the wrist. Bring that right knee towards the nose. Inhale, reach up behind us. Exhale, bring that right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, wrists right under the shoulders, twist, knee towards the left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, toes to the mat. Shifting through your plank. Lowering down, maybe an up dog this time if you prefer that to cobra. Finding your downward facing dog. Strong shoulders. 3 breaths. Rooting the right heel down, left foot reaches up behind us, square hips, strong leg. As you exhale, shoulders over wrists, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, shoulders over wrists, reach for the left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, shoulders over wrists, reach for the right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, toes to the mat, coming through your plank, your cobra or your up dog, and your down dog. Take a great big breath in, great big breath out. And we're going to work a little bit with some strength here. Inhale forward, find your plank shape. And we're going to transfer weight into our right hand, the outer blade of our right foot. Left foot can go in front or on top. Left hand comes up, shoulders stacked. Push the ground away with that right hand. Use the whole hand. Find your strength, maybe gazing up towards that top hand. We're going to take a great big breath in. Great big breath out. With your next exhale, start to turn towards the floor, rolling all the way over to that left hand outside of the left foot. Right hand reaches up, nice and strong. Feel your hips lifting up. Feel the shoulders become strong. And breathe. Bringing your right hand down towards the floor. Lower all the way to the belly. Let your toes go. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, release. And we're going to start working on a little bit of wild thing, a little flow here. So we're going to start by coming up into the biggest expression of cobra we are comfortable in. Okay, remember, comfortable means you can still smile, genuinely, not that I'm smiling, smile. Okay, so find it. Shoulders on the spine, press the hands into the floor, lift up. As you lift up, pull your heart forward, roll your shoulders back and down. Okay, you may even come to the fingertips. Try to keep your hips grounded as much as you can. Good, maybe even a big enough expression of cobra that you decide, oh, I'll bring my toes off the floor. They're back there. Maybe today we find them, maybe today we don't. Release all the way down. Now we inhale, find that cobra shape again, nice and tall. And what we're going to do is point our right toes towards the sky. Okay? We're going to roll to the outside of our right hip. Okay? So I'm on my right hand, I'm on my right hip, my right knee. My right foot is flat on the floor, left leg is straight. Okay? So we've rolled over. Once you roll over, lift your hips up so you're on the right hand, the right knee, and the left toes. Okay? We're going to start to slide the left toes back behind us, start to roll our hips open towards the sky. So we're coming into kind of a wild thing shape, right? Hips start to roll open, keep pushing the ground away with that right hand. Shoulders roll open, left hand reaches back, and you can let your head relax if that's comfortable for you. Okay? We're going to come back into that strong side plank shape. Bring our hips and hands to the mat. Roll to the belly. Good. Here's where the flow goes a little more. We're going to roll all the way to the left side. Good. So now, that bent right knee. Okay, we were up in that little kind of funky cobra toe shape. Rolling over. So those right toes find the floor. Think Barbie doll feet. Ball of the foot, all of the toes. The outside of my left foot is firm on the floor. My left hand is really strong. You're going to lift your hips. So you're coming into a big side plank. Push the ground away with that left hand. Roll your hips open towards the sky. Roll your shoulders open towards the sky. Keep pushing the ground away with the left hand. Let your right hand reach. Let your head and neck relax. When you're ready to come out, see if you can come out through that side plank. That little moment of strength. Maybe even a hover, those right toes come off the ground. Bring the foot back, release down. Take your cobra shape, maybe reaching for the head again. Maybe you find it, maybe you don't. Big breath in, big breath out, and we're going to do it all again. Shoulders to spine, press through the hands, left toes point up. We're going to roll to the outside of that left hip, that left hand. We start with the baby wild thing, little thing, okay? So on the knee, on the hand, lift the hips, okay? So it's like a tiny side plank. Rolling the hips open towards the sky so that they start to open up. Rolling the shoulders open. Right toes reach behind you. Coming into little thing, the small version of wild thing. As you're ready, roll back through that side plank shape. Bring the right hand to the mat, the hips back to the mat. Good. Left toes come over the body, and we're in our side plank on this side. Right hand under the shoulder. Lift the hips. Good. We're going to come into our big wild thing. So hips roll open. Okay. Left foot firm on the floor, right foot firm on the floor, left hand reaching. As you come out of it strong, maybe that moment of side plank, that hover, left toes off the floor. Okay? Bringing the hand down, finding the belly, opening the spine. Release. Press your hips back, child's pose, because that's a bunch of back bending. That's a huge back bend sequence, okay? We're going to take a moment, take a flow, and then we're going to practice that again. Kind of at full speed. So take a breath, relax. And when you're ready, find your way back to all fours, shifting through kneeling plank. Good, lower all the way to the belly. Good. So we're going to practice that again at full speed. Inhale, lifting right toes up. Rolling to the outside of the hip, all the way up, little thing. Exhale, returning to the mat, rolling over. Inhale, lift up, big thing. Exhaling back to the mat, taking your little cobra reach. Good, pressing up. This time take it to down dog. Child's pose is still an option if you prefer. So that was kind of full speed. Got the flow, felt the movement. We're going to do a little bit more for strength. So what we're going to do is move through big wild thing from down dog. So from down dog, hands connect to the mat. Shoulders are strong. Left heel rooting towards the floor. Take your right foot up and just start by bending the knee, bringing the heel to the glutes. Okay? Opening the hips up as you go. So right foot starts to go towards the floor. Shifting more and more weight into that left hand. Right fingertips getting light. Good. Left foot finds the floor behind you. Right toes turn. And right hand starts to reach back. Big wild thing. Breathe. Be strong. Lift the hips towards the sky. Push the ground away. As you come back through your wild thing, come strongly. Maybe that moment of hover. Okay. Right hand finds the floor. Bring that right knee all the way under the body. Good. Extend the right leg underneath the left side. Good. So like you were reaching for the elbow, but you extend the leg. We're going to go to the outside of the right foot, the inside of the left foot, and we're pressing on the right hand. Left arm reaches up, hips reach up, left hand reaches forward. Good? This is dancing Bakshisthasana, something that you see kind of often in class now. It's a nice fun way to transition through some side plank work. So take a flow if you like a flow. Okay, maybe knees, chest, chin, if you found that was really comfortable this morning. This morning where I am. And we'll take the second side. Left leg reaches up. Remember, both sides of your body are always different. So bending the knee, draw the heel towards the hips. Transferring weight into the right hand. Left hand gets light. Left foot finds the floor. Rolling the hips open. Rolling the heart open. Left hand reaches behind you. Breathe. You can be here as long as you want. As you transfer out, nice and controlled, finding strength in that right arm and right foot. Draw the left knee under the belly, reach for that right elbow, and then extend the leg. So the left leg's off to the side. We're at the inside of the right foot, outside of the left foot. Take that big stretch through the ribs. As you're ready, bring in the hand to the mat. Tuck the left toes away. Take your flow. couple of breaths. That's a lot of movement. You could repeat those 2 little sequences as much as you wanted, with as many vinyasas between as you like. We're just going to go through them those times. Start to take a big breath in, big breath out. Bring your knees to the mat. We're going to kick our feet off to the left a little bit and take a seat. Good. Keep bringing your left leg all the way out nice and long. Bring your right heel kind of towards the center of the body. We're going to take a few softer back bends and start to wind our body down. Okay? So the left leg extended straight, right heel towards you. We're going to take a big inhale. Be tall. Turning square the shoulders over that left leg and fold forward from your hips. Hands find the floor, maybe finding blocks instead. While you're here, breathe through the chest, lengthen your spine. Hug your belly button in, laying softly over that left leg. And try to imagine bringing your right hand along a little farther than you're bringing your left hand, because we want to really pull those ribs in line. Another breath. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale, bring ourselves up. Right hand finds the floor just outside of the right knee. Okay? We're going to shift weight into the right knee and right hand. Pick yourself up. Guess what? You're in position for a little wild thing. Okay? Little thing. You sweep the hips back to the floor. Take that left hand out. Inhale. Hand sweeps up. Hips open up. Shoulders open up. Exhale. Hips return to the mat and we sweep. This can be a straight line. It can be big curly cues if you prefer. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, hips return. This time fold all the way back over that left leg and take one more great big breath in. Great big breath out. As you're ready, inhale your way back up to center. Trading sides. Right leg extends long. Left heel comes in towards the hips. And we do it all again on this side. Inhale, find length in your spine. Square yourself over that right leg. We're just going to fold forward. As you inhale, create more length in your spine, pulling maybe from the heart, maybe from the crown of the head. So you exhale, belly draws in, and we fold over the leg. Inhales to lengthen. Exhales to release. Left hand moving maybe a little farther than the right hand to help bring those ribs around. We inhale our way up. Left hand finds the floor. Inhale, shifting weight into the left knee and hand. Right hand sweeps up and open. As we exhale, bringing our hips to the mat, taking a graceful arc. Inhale, sweeping the hand open, lifting the hips and the heart. Exhale, hips sit softly. We return. One more time. Inhale, lifting up, opening up. Exhale, hips return to the mat. Fold all the way over that right leg. Just one breath. And as you're ready, inhale, sit yourself up. We're going to turn the length on our mat, setting our hips nice and square at the center of the mat. Having your knees bent, we're going to get ready to lay down. You do just a little bit of work from there, continuing to wind down though. Knowing that if you want your blocks nearby or your blanket nearby, you can move them closer. We're going to roll down as softly as we can. So hands behind the knees on the back of the thighs and round your spine. Pull your belly button into the low back. Okay? As you draw the belly button in, as you round the spine, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Toes can come with you. Nice and soft. Spine comes to the mat. Knees come to the chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Maybe even a little rock side to side to massage tension in the low back. Bringing the knees to center, give them a great big hug, and we'll let the feet become flat on the floor. The arms come down by the sides. So we want the feet to be hip distance apart. We want the heels to be close to our sit bones. They don't have to be all the way up smushed against you, just close. So maybe you could kind of brush them with your fingertips. Palms facing down. Find your base. When we back bend, we often think about the spine, but we forget there's a lot of grounding in a back bend. So root your feet very firmly, hip distance apart, all parts of the foot. Root your hands, your triceps, your shoulders firm on the mat. Once you become grounded, we're going to inhale, lift the tailbone, start to peel your spine up off of the mat, lifting as high into bridge pose as you feel comfortable. When you come to the top, you could raise your heels, come to your tiptoes, and then roll back down. Shoulders, ribs, low back, and hips. Once the hips are flat, the feet are flat, and we're going to move with our breath. Inhaling, lifting up, all the way to the top, maybe raising the heels. As you exhale, lowering down, nice and slow, articulating the spine. Go a couple more breaths here at your own pace. If raising the heels isn't comfortable for you, you can release without the heel raise. I like it better because it gives me a little more room to articulate my spine on the way back down. So I raise my heels. This time you come up into bridge, come up and stay, lifting the hips. And welcome to bring the hands behind the low back, interlace the fingers, and kind of shimmy shoulder to shoulder so you can press the hips a little higher. Make sure your knees aren't splaying out wide. They are knocking into each other. They're hip distance apart. Feet are still grounded, very strong. Shoulders are still grounded, very strong. We take another big breath. Relaxing the neck and the head. When you're ready, release the hands, rolling the shoulders, the ribs, the low back, all the way to the floor. You could take a soft hug in here. Be gentle with your spine. And then let the feet come to the floor, arms open to a T position. We're going to take a nice soft twist here. And so from here, feet firm on the floor, scoot your hips to the right, just a couple of inches, and then let your knees fold to the left. That just gives you some more space for the twist. If your right shoulder starts to pop up off the floor, try placing a block underneath the left knee. If you can release comfortably, but you feel any tension in your low back or your hips, try placing a block between the knees. That's going to give you some more stability for those joints. Adjusting as you need. Welcome to turn your gaze away from the knees for a deeper twist in the neck, all the way up to the crown of the head. Or keep it facing left or to center for a softer twist in the neck. While you're here, breathe into the ribs. Let yourself go. Maybe even sighing out a couple of breaths. When you feel ready, inhale, bring your knees back to center. Scoot your hips back to center. Take a moment here, maybe resettling your shoulders and your arms if you need to. When you're ready to take that second side, hips scoot a few inches to the left, and knees fold to the right. So hips and knees move in opposite directions. And then again, we start slow. Just let your shoulders be grounded. Both sides of the body, always different. Add support if you need it, anywhere that you need it. And then allow yourself to relax. Just be here. A few nice easy breaths, starting to slow that breath down. And when you're ready, bring the knees back to center, bring the hips back to center. And give your knees another nice hug in. Maybe stir them in a circle. Maybe just rock side to side. Adjusting as you need to find comfort in the spine. As you find comfort there, let the arms and legs begin to release, making your way towards a comfortable place just for Savasana. Always taking at least 10 breaths, maybe even 10 minutes to just be still. As you find comfort, letting go of hands and feet, arms and legs. Allow your eyes to become closed. Let your inhale fill the lungs. Let your exhale release the breath. Welcome to sigh out. A couple more big exhales. And as you can, letting go of the breath. Letting go of the body. You're welcome to remain in Savasana as long as you like. If you'd like to hear more about this practice and upcoming workshops, stay tuned after class.